Good morning and welcome to all of you to the start of the fall semester and a new school year. But before I begin my remarks, what I'd like to do is just give a quick shout out to the ASI students who are up here and why don't you guys stand up? You can see they're wearing Made at Sac State, so they're the work in progress. So thank you for being here this morning. It's good to see the Sacramento State community back together after a very busy and challenging summer. I hope you enjoyed the break, and whether you were away from campus and took the opportunity to go on vacation or just rushed home after work to watch the Olympics. As I said before, spending time with family and friends and taking time to rest and relax and recharge and get ready for the coming years is important for all of us, especially those of us who are getting older and older. I also welcome all the alumni and community members and friends of the university who have joined us here today. To our guests, I want to say that your friendship is critical to this campus, and we truly appreciate your continued interest, support, and enthusiasm. On that note, I'd like to welcome a number of people who are new to the campus. First, and hold on to your seats, there are 6 new faculty members. And they've joined us as critical replacements for our academic departments. Last year, the number was 5. And seriously, I can only hope in the years ahead, support for the CSU will allow us to return to full strength. Other new posts in the colleges include Ted Lasher, who is the interim dean of the College of Social Sciences and Interdisciplinary Studies, and Guido Crix, who just missed out by a few months on being announced at last year's address as the dean of the College of Continuing Education. We also have 3 new associate deans, Kimo Ayun in the College of Arts and Letters, Sion Bach in the College of Business Administration, and Diane Heisen will serve in an interim capacity in SSIS. Now, next month, Steve Boilard will join us as the director for the Center of California Studies. Steve is a former professor who, in addition to spending 14 years in the State Legislative Analyst's Office, he's with us now, and over the years, Sacramento State has also participated in the ACE Fellows Program. This year, we have 1 coming here, and we have 2 going away. Brian Oppie, a professor of psychology from Chico State, will be with us during the fall semester. And Dave Evans from geology and Jana Noel from teacher education will be away on fellowships. Dave at the University of Nevada at Reno, and Jana at St. Mary's. The new faces continue with student affairs, where a number of recent retirements and departures created some key vacancies. Beth Leeson is the new Associate Professor for Student Engagement and Success. She replaces the retired Edward Jones. Anita Kermes is the new Director of Financial Aid, replacing Craig Yamamoto, who left for San Diego State and, of course, the beautiful weather. And Ardith Tregenza is the Director of Student Conduct, as Leonard Valdez, who a lot of you know, has also retired. Over in HR, Veronica Hodge is the Associate Vice President for Employee Services. In Public Affairs and Advocacy, Jeannie Wong, who's been with us, is the Associate Vice President of University Communications to reflect her expanded role as well as that of the division. And this will be Police Chief Mark Iwasa's first semester at Sacramento State after joining us in January. And Chief Iwasa is a double alum of Sac State. These positions interact with many of you, so please be sure to say hello. You may notice some other changes on the campus. Facility Services has spent much of the summer refreshing campus areas, both indoors and out. The indoor project included about 180 classrooms in 24 buildings and several other areas such as corridors and stairways. I toured the rooms last week, and the work that they have done makes a huge difference. Here you can see some examples. Crews have performed deep cleaning, painted rooms, removed graffiti, refurnished floors, and replaced doors and lighting. The focus was on improving the learning environment for our students. All told, the project involved more than 100 people, including custodians, IRT technicians, painters, and maintenance professionals. These improvements were made in a very cost-effective manner and resulted from a reorganization that gave select managers distinct zones of responsibility on campus. Now, additionally, new landscaping projects are using sustainable materials and plants that need less water. The goal is to reduce maintenance costs while enhancing the campus beauty. Ali Sadine and Darren Oakey and Mark Lease in facilities deserve a lot of credit for bringing these projects in on time and under budget. Another renovation comes to us from the chemistry department. Thanks to Tom Savage and his faculty colleagues, we were able to renovate the Chimera Lab, a cell and molecular biology suite in Sequoia Hall. The $800,000 project was funded by a National Science Foundation grant. University Enterprises, Inc. has also been busy with campus dining renovations. The University Center restaurant has been remodeled and rebranded as Epicure Restaurant at Sacramento State. This will bring more natural light into the restaurant and modernize its decor. It was needed. Other projects include the first phase of the Riverfront Center renovation, an update for Round Table Pizza, and the launch of a sandwich and salad venue called Good Eats. All of these upgrades will provide a better dining experience and healthier choices while improving energy efficiency, sustainability, and ADA compliance. Now, in the virtual world of Sacramento State, the home pages for 6 of our 7 colleges have been redesigned in partnership with IRT and Public Affairs and Advocacy. This is important for our university's identity, as the website is often the first point of contact for prospective students. Another project that will improve the visibility of our university is a new strategic plan for athletics. A committee of faculty and staff has been engaged in the planning effort since the spring, and a final draft is scheduled for later in the semester. And again, I just want to recognize Steve Weiss, who's here with us this morning, who has led that project as an outsider from the university and has done an excellent job in moving the project forward. Thank you, Steve. I've asked Vice President Lori Barlotta of Student Affairs, who's also been involved, to help with the implementation of the plan and work with athletics. I'm also proud to report that Sacramento State once again exceeded its goal for private fundraising. As some of you know, we're supposed to raise at least 10% of the state allocated funding for the university, and we have been doing that consistently over time. Students will be helped by a 5% payout from our endowment for the 2nd consecutive year. That translates into more than $730,000, most of which will be in the form of scholarships. We must always remember the difficulties students are facing with the budget cuts, and every dollar that we raise can make a big difference in their lives. Now, on to the budget, everyone's favorite topic. I want to take a moment first, right now, to thank the faculty and staff and students who serve on this University Budget Advisory Committee. A lot of them are here this morning. Their prudent fiscal guidance has been invaluable as we continue to face budgetary difficulties. I think we all wish that we weren't getting so much experience in dealing with drastic cuts in support. But we can be very thankful that the committee members take on this solemn responsibility with the utmost professionalism and dedication. Once again, their task was enormous because we're dealing with more than our fair share of budget uncertainty. The specter of another mid-year reduction has returned, and we've all become too accustomed to the term trigger cut. This year, the trigger cut is $250 million for the California State University system. The trigger will be pulled if Governor Jerry Brown's tax initiative fails to pass in November. In that event, state funding for the CSU system will be down 39% since 2007-8. The initiative is known as Proposition 30, and the CSU Board of Trustees has endorsed the measure as our best possible outcome for the fiscal year. Now, for our campus, all this means that we had to prepare for more than $11 million in baseline reductions in case the initiative does not pass. Additionally, we're using reserves to cover another $9 million of the resulting campus deficit. Our cautious budget approach and careful planning are again helping us to survive. We're holding some funding in reserve and postponing some larger projects to allow us to weather the trigger gut if Proposition 30 fails. Now, if Proposition 30 passes, we hope to be able to reallocate some of those funds mid-year. The continuing budget difficulties have really put us under a microscope, especially in terms of graduation and student success. Nothing in the last few years has been easy, but I'm proud to say that Sacramento State is making tremendous progress in these areas. The College of Education is on track to complete its reorganization by August 2013. Dean Vanessa Sheard has worked extensively with faculty and staff on this comprehensive effort with a goal of better meeting needs of students, streamlining services, and enhancing teaching and learning. The most apparent change is in the organization itself. The college is moving from 6 departments to 4 specialty areas. In support of new students, Sacramento State's implementation of the Early Start program has gone exceedingly well. Early Start, as most of you know, is a CSU-mandated program that requires a preparatory class for all first-time freshmen who need remediation. The initiative's success on our campus took a lot of work, and there were 4 staff members who stood out in particular. There are Nancy Nelson, Cindy Martinez, Dina Lemus, and Emelina Logan. Services for Students with Disabilities also continues to promote retention and graduation through its SSS program. 86% of the students in the program graduated within 6 years of entering the project, and the retention rate was more than 88%. As further evidence of our overall success, Sacramento State's interim report to the WASC Reaccreditation Commission was well received. The report dealt with educational effectiveness and progress we have made with assessment and data retention and graduation rates. As a result of this positive reception, our reaccreditation remains reaffirmed through 2018. I know the WASC process involved a lot of work by a lot of people on campus. This accomplishment is something that we can all be proud of. Our achievements in this area are part of our commitment to examining how we deliver education at every level. And if that sounds familiar, it's because I raised this issue in January at my spring address. At that time, it was very apparent that we were evaluating programs and implementing changes at all levels, from individual faculty and staff members, excuse me, to departments and divisions, and to the faculty senate. This level of introspection and self-assessment has not been easy, but being ahead of the curve will only help us in the years ahead. Yeah, the saying goes that either you can make change happen, watch change happen, or have change happen to you. But no matter which road you take, change is going to happen. I hope we all agree that Sacramento State needs and deserves to be leading the way. We've demonstrated time and again that we can be the very best when we break the mold, when we redefine the possible. Initiatives like our Veteran Success Center, our graduation initiative, our Facebook page, and the Well are all known throughout California and in many cases across the nation. The College of Business Administration's AACSB accreditation was reaffirmed, thus making its spot in the top 5% of business schools worldwide. Sacramento State is also blazing successful new trails in 2 areas that are very appropriate and important to the future of our campus. The first is healthcare. This semester, the first students will begin under our new Doctor of Physical Therapy program. Our ability to offer a DPT is crucial to the health and well-being of people in the region, as the doctorate will be required for accreditation in 2015. We are planning a new teaching lab and research space in Folsom Hall for the program, and construction should begin this semester. When you consider that our School of Nursing is already there, we're getting closer and closer to the day when Folsom Hall becomes synonymous with advanced healthcare education in California. Along with the exciting new DPT, I want to recognize one of our most cherished programs. The Department of Speech Pathology and Audiology is celebrating its 60th year on campus, and at an event in November, we'll be honoring the department's life-changing contributions to patients and professionals since 1952. Our healthcare story does not end there. We are becoming well known for our mental health services on campus. Vice President Verlada is the principal investigator on federal and state grants aimed at enhancing our comprehensive suicide prevention efforts and to support mental health services. The Student Health Center will receive a county grant as well. The center has also merged all healthcare services, including counseling, into one program. Those of us who have shuttled back and forth to multiple providers in different locations can appreciate how much of an improvement this can be. Our health center can provide seamless care, and we're the only CSU campus to use a single electronic medical record for our patients. Congratulations to Joyce Stewart James and everyone else at the Student Health Center. Suicide prevention is one of the most important issues we can focus on, and I was very pleased to learn that cross-divisional training workshops lasting 2 days have taken place across our campus. Now, another emerging strength is our work to extend Sacramento State's reach internationally. Right now, about 250 students are living on campus and taking courses in the College of Continuing Education's English Language Institute. The goal is to help them matriculate to an American university and hopefully to Sacramento State. We have also implemented a policy that will admit a limited number of undergraduate students from other countries to the university, with the condition that they complete ELA training. This will make the process of coming to Sacramento State easier for those students who are otherwise qualified but who lack English skills. Now, I have to mention here that we do not count those students in our FTE for state, and in no way is that going to be supplanting any native Californian or citizen to enter the university. The partnerships that we've signed with numerous overseas universities will support this effort, as well as allow our students to study abroad, which is really what we want to do as well. Faculty and staff throughout Sacramento State deserve a lot of credit for these and many other successes that we have. That said, the changes are only beginning. WASC, which I mentioned earlier, is no exception. A redesign is underway for WASC itself, and the effects will likely be far-reaching. Everything is on the table, including learning expectations for all degree levels, how we define credit hours, and emerging federal regulations in the wake of increasing online education. On that last point, the move to online delivery of programs is gaining more and more momentum. The reality is that students process information much differently than they did even a few years ago. 3/4 of our students say that the use of cutting-edge technologies is important to them. And at Sacramento State, Academic Affairs is offering its second E-Academy this fall. The project helps professors convert courses from traditional teaching to online and hybrid formats. The interest in this type of assistance is increasing as more and more faculty members seek to use technology to enhance their teaching. And in fact, IRT is working diligently to assess technological trends and needs on campus. The division has created a website to share these data. We will publish the URL for this site in the Monday briefing. We've also had discussions about how we can best implement the Cal State Online initiative coming from the Chancellor's office. It's been a major topic with the vice presidents, and I also met with the college deans on the issue. I expect these serious and thorough discussions to continue as we work to identify the best ways that we can undertake this initiative and provide the most benefits to our students and faculty, especially during the era of declining resources. I think we're all aware that we're being forced to work harder during a time when access, quality, and affordability are all under assault simultaneously. And there's even more change looming on the horizon. Presidential elections inevitably lead to change, no matter who wins. The economy is dominating the campaign rhetoric, and public higher education is being swept up in that, with student loans and graduation rates taking center stage. At the state level, the fate of Proposition 30 and the CSU's response to the outcome of the vote has the potential to set the tone for future CSU and Sac State students. The Board of Trustees has been forced to consider all options if the measure does not pass. Enrollment reductions, last-minute tuition increases, and cuts to salary and benefits expenses are under discussion. All of these options could seriously jeopardize access, affordability, and quality. Now, at the same time, California will be electing legislators in November under newly drawn districts. So in many ways, all bets are off in terms of what we can expect the state capitol to look like in January. And to top it off, the Board of Trustees is searching for a new chancellor. Now, before you ask, I don't have any insight on who it will be. That may be more difficult to predict than Olympic gymnastics. But the one thing we can be sure of is that the CSU is in for a change, no matter who is picked. My message here is that it's up to us to be ready to handle whatever the future may hold. I see this as a watershed year for Sacramento State. I truly believe that the future of Sacramento State and of public higher education will be defined by the work that we do to preserve quality, access, and affordability. Thanks to you, we're in a better position for this important fight, and it will be a fight. We've been doing a good job of providing value to the community that we serve. At an event last spring, more than 50 community leaders came to campus for a presentation on Sacramento State's economic impact. And the data really opened their eyes. Between our alumni and our campus operations, we generate about $8 billion in economic activity for the California economy. And that's only part of the story, because even a small sampling of achievements from our campus illustrates just how essential and innovative we are. For instance, the College of Arts and Letters partnered with the Crocker Art Museum for Unite in the spring, and a lot of you were there. The spectacular event featured the work of more than 30 Sacramento State faculty members, and more than 1,700 people got a firsthand look at the talent that we have here on campus. Kudos to Dean Edward Inch and everyone from Arts and Letters. Another example of community impact is the recently launched Center for Entrepreneurship. The center already has 4 business tenants who are receiving advice and assistance from our faculty and students. Pia Wong and Deidre Sessoms from Teacher Education received a grant from the Bechtel Foundation to strengthen math and science teaching in the Sac City Unified School District. Tim Fong of Ethnic Studies earned a U.S. Department of Education grant for the first year of a 5-year project to enhance student success and service learning among Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. Vera Marganiner in physics has received funding from Google for 2 pilot projects. One is aimed at increasing the number of physics teachers, and the other promotes the use of technology to improve teaching and student learning in science and math. Warren Smith in electrical and electronic engineering is securing a licensing agreement that will allow his most recent breakthrough to be produced and marketed. His innovation is a biomedical device that tracks the movement of children who have cerebral palsy, and it was developed in conjunction with Shriners Hospital for Children. The device documents data as how often the youngsters fall, which can help, in the end, reduce injuries. I could go on all day and give examples, but the point is that what we do here directly benefits those who need it most. And we have to continue to promote ourselves and our work. The Public Affairs and Advocacy reorganization is complete, and one of the unit's charges is to be a full-service resource for campus communications. I've seen many student and faculty and staff accomplishments publicized on TV and in print, but we need to see more, much more. So when you have good news, call Public Affairs. Don't call me if you have bad news. The office also has launched its Made at Sac State campaign, which you saw up here, and it highlights prominent graduates with video, social media, and advertising. The next few months are crucial for public higher education in California. How do we deal with the changes and challenges ahead will go a long way to determining our success as a model regional institution. We need to work together to further demonstrate our value to the community, to the students who need us as they pursue their dreams, and to the people of California who will decide our fate in November. We have to demonstrate that we're willing to continue to put in the work necessary to honestly address student success. And we must keep looking forward. Our students and the people that we serve depend on us. I want to thank you for the work that you do for our university and for our students. It's been a longer speech than I'd like to give, but I thought it was really important that I give you as much information as I could. This is the beginning of my 10th year at Sacramento State. I think, I can point back to a lot of accomplishments that all of you have been part of. I think Sacramento State still, in my opinion, is the best campus in the CSU. We're here at the Capitol. The focus is always on us, but we always respond, and we respond positively. After year after year of bad budgets and hearing bad news, I want to commend all of you for keeping up the morale, for doing the work that you do day in, day out, that makes a difference in all of our students' lives. The best things that happen to me, I'll put it that way, are when students and faculty and staff come up to me and they're happy, they're proud to be part of Sacramento State. Gloria, my wife, we were in San Francisco a few weeks ago. Well, I think it was a few weeks ago. Things kind of blur. We were up there visiting and with one of our sons, and we went to have lunch at a restaurant, and we were there kind of a early lunch, late breakfast. And, we were just kind of enjoying what we were doing, sitting there, kind of being anonymous. And all of a sudden, this young man comes up, and he says, "Are you, president?" Yes. And, "Well, my name is so-and-so, and I just graduated from Sac State." And he said, "I couldn't pass up," and these are his words, "I couldn't pass up the opportunity to say hello and thank you and everybody at Sac State for what you've done." So I just want to share that with you, excuse me, because that's what we do and that's what's important. That happens all the time. I could give you other stories, but you don't want to hear those. This summer, we also were at a winery, and one of our students came in the winery, too. And Gloria looked at me and said, "Did they card that kid?" But he's also a Sac State student. I had to share that with you because you probably don't hear it that way, and I do. But it's not me, it's you. So as I enter my 10th year, it's going to be tough for all of us, but rest assured that I'm still going to be doing everything that I can. I give it 100%, 125%, even though I'm slowing down. I had back surgery, and if you see me kind of walking a little gingerly, it's still not better. It's there, but we're going to do it. We have to keep focused. We have to stay focused on what we do. All the good work that you do is not gone unrecognized. We'll get through this next year. Luckily for us, we have such a good group of people here. As I said, we're conservative in the way we've been budgeting. It's very transparent. Everybody knows where the money's at. The amount that I held back is not very much, but it's enough just to, if we have to tweak things, hang in there with us. Things have got to get better. You have to be the eternal optimist. This is a great campus. All of you are just really great, and it's my privilege to be able to work with all of you. So have a good semester. Thank you.